Hi, in this video I'll show you how to do keyword search on multiple columns. Let's see which one of these records have the word, let's try alley in them. Then click on this table, right click. We'll click on this table, right click. Let's click in the cell here, right click and refresh. And we see there are 3 records that have the word alley here, this one, and that one. So let's see how we can do something like this. Close this table. I will save it. And I brought in this table, or I brought in the table from the previous Excel. And let's turn this range of data into a table. Go to Insert, Table. My table does have headers. Click OK. Let's call this just data. And then we have to have another table that is the keyword. So I'll type in keyword. And I'll just make it utility for now. And turn that into a table. Insert table. My table does have headers. I'll just call this one key. I'm going to bring both these into Power Query. Go to Data, and from Table and Range, this is going to automatically bring in the table name, which is data. And click Close and Load. I'm going to load this as a query-only connection. I only want to create a connection for now. Click OK, and you see what we have our data query here based off of the data table. Do the same thing with the keyword table here. Go to Data, from Table and Range, but we're going to do a little bit something different here. We want to drill down to that cell value, that string text. So click on the cell, right-click, drill down, and that will bring us just that value from that cell. Go to Home, click Close and Load. I'm going to load it as a connection only. By default, my particular instance of Excel, I've configured it to load as connection only. Usually by default, it loads it as a table, but I've made mine connection only. That's why when I click Close and Load, it did that. So what we need to do now is let's make a reference of this table, because maybe we'll assume that we're going to add other records to the table. Right click on that data reference. So it's going to make a copy, or it's going to refer to that table. Now in this particular second one, what I want to do is I want to create another column here, a conditional column. And what I'm going to say here is if the mailing address, I have to do 3 instances. So this is multiple. We're looking for the keyword in multiple columns, right? If the mailing address contains, I'll just put a placeholder here right now. Type keyword, then I'll type true. I'm going to do the same thing with the other column, shipping address. And I'll type in keyword here. Actually, I can just type key. Let's change that one later on up there. And we're going to do true. Let's delete that, because all I need to do is just delete the quotes later on. You'll see what I'm doing. Add another rule here. Let's make this alternate address. This contains, same thing, key. So key is going to be that keyword. And you'll see what I'm going to do later on. And if anything else, leave it blank. Click OK. And we're going to have a bunch of nulls here, because currently the keyword that I have is that tilde symbol. If I change that later on, it will change. So what I want to do here is I want to go into the advanced editor, or I can just click this drop down, because I want to change this particular command set here. I want to change the text here. And instead of key, because I named one of my queries key, it should pick it up here. So that's going to be that query key that has that keyword. So that delete the quotes there, delete the quotes here, because it's going to pick up that key. And I can do the same thing here. Delete that and delete that. Click OK. Click Close and Load. Oh, I wanted to load this as a table over here. So let's right click, click Load to change our load preferences. Go to Table, the existing worksheet. Let's load it in cell J1. Press Enter. Click OK. and now I have it there. So it hasn't done anything because I didn't do any filtering. So let's pretend we have a keyword here, and we'll use trail. Right click and refresh. There's a trail there. There's a trail there. There's a keyword trail over here. But we don't want to show the other record, so let's change this a little bit and filter out the nulls here. So double click on my data there, and that last command, let's filter out the nulls. We just want the trues. So we have our trues. Click close and load, and now we have our values there. Close that. Let's make this a little smaller so we can see everything. But what if I had something where I had this trail, maybe this was all in all caps. So we have to take that into account. If that was all caps, that record where it had Lean Junction and Farm Hill, if I right click here, you'll see that disappear. So it becomes case sensitive. So if we wanted to make it case insensitive, let's go back into our query, go to data, go to queries connections, double click that, and we're going to have to do some change, just a small minor change in the code here. Go to advanced editor, and let's take a look at all the code. And within there, we're going to change our conditional column. There's an additional argument that we can put into each of the text that contains M code. So after the key, I'll type a comma, and we're going to type in compare. Let's see if IntelliSense is smart enough to give us some options. Yes. So we do compare, and we want to do ordinal ignore case. Click on that. And we're going to do the same for our three other ones, where it's looking at the other fields. So compare, double click that to select it, and then the last one, which is over here, where is our text contains. Yes. So after the key, type in comma, compare, and comparer.ordinal ignore case. Click done, and click close and load. You can see it's already put it in here. So now, no matter if I type whatever text I type here that is upper or lowercase, it'll pick it up here. Trail picks it up here. So that's the way that we can deal with case sensitivity if we wanted to do that. With addresses, hopefully in this case, that we don't have to worry too much about it. But if you do keyword search for some text in strings that are sentences or whatnot, then you might need to take that into consideration. So that's the way you can do keyword search in multiple columns with Power Query. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.